Exactly. Before I present the numbers, I do what's called an opening statement. It's designed to create an air of collaboration. It's designed to give him a heads up. It's designed to make him want to negotiate with me and not Matt. It's designed for me to take ownership of the numbers without lying outright, meaning,
Right.
I mean, these aren't my numbers. I mean, these are the manager's numbers, but I don't say that. I say, all right, Elvis, thanks for your patience. We have worked hard to put together a fair proposal. We. Now, we understand that you're probably looking for a perfect proposal, okay? Our customers have told us what perfect is. Perfect would have us buying your trade-in for exactly what you paid for it when it was brand new, and then handing you the keys to your new Harley Davidson and asking you to pay nothing. Now, that's not going to happen, okay? It's not perfect, but it is fair, because we know if it's not fair, we know what happens. You go back and jump on that Kawasaki that you hoped you would never drive again, but you will do it, and you'll either go home or you go to another motorcycle place and shop there. So if you end up doing that, we take full responsibility, all right? Now, the motorcycle you picked out, it's equipped just the way you said it had to be equipped, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Here's your opportunity. You own it for $12,999. All right? After your fees, we're going to buy your bike. We like it a lot. We're going to pay you $8,000 for it. Okay? With an initial investment of $2,500, which is what most people want to put down on a bike in this price range, we're going to give you 3 payment options. All right, option number 1 would be a 48-month payment at $278. Now, some people go, wow, that's a little high. But here's what 48 months does for you, Elvis. A, it saves you money. Okay, you shorten the term. You don't pay as much in carrying charges. B, you move into an equity position much faster. You have the freedom to trade or sell it when you so desire. However, if you're like most of our customers, you're looking for comfortable. Okay? Comfortable is 72 months at $212, but comfortable is also flexible because you can pay it off early and you are not subject to a prepayment penalty. And at 60 months, this is what our customers have nicknamed the best of both worlds. At 60 months, your payment is much less than it would be at 48. However, you save more money than you would at 72, and the payment is only $238. So, if you will circle and initial the payment that's best for you, we'll get your bike ready for you to ride home.
Steve, I appreciate everything that you've done here. I don't think we're that far off from doing business. I gotta get a little more money for my trade, but who doesn't? But you know, here's the kicker. I had told you, I was very forthcoming with you. I told you I was at Earl's and Frazier's, and both of them, you know, had me on similar motorcycles. Now, was it the exact same bike with the same mileage? No, of course not. But both of them, right off the rip, were showing me a $1,000 discount and a little more on my trade.
Okay.
Surely you can do better than that.
Well, Elvis, I am not surprised that either one of those places showed you a $1,000 discount right off the bat, okay? Because quite frankly, they do business like most car dealers do business. And if you've ever bought a car, and I got a feeling you have, you know what it's like to negotiate with a car salesman, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, what a car dealer does is the car dealer literally manufactures a negotiation. Okay? And here's how they do it. I mean, well, again, you'll recognize this. A car dealer artificially prices, especially a used car, high. Okay? Knowing full well that the consumer, you, is going to come in and make a lowball offer. Now, most of the time, it takes a gut-wrenching, head-butting, confrontational, and time-wasting negotiation to get somewhere in the middle. You know, we don't think a Harley-Davidson customer should have to put up with that type of negotiation.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I do a ton of writing
All right.
and drawing. That comes from me being a finance manager. Okay, when you're a finance manager, you
do that a lot.
you have shit yourself back there.
Jump
Okay,
in here.
you don't have a bright, good-looking motorcycle. You're saying disaster
You're
avoidance.
Right.
And if your car blows up, we'll pay for it. If you total it, we'll pay for it. If it's stolen, we'll pay for it. You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, substitution.
Okay, so, they start with an artificially high price,
Yep.
knowing that you're gonna come in with an artificially low price. And again, in a time-consuming, time-wasting, brain-damaging negotiation, you get a discount, and congratulations, you feel like a winner. We don't do it that way here. All right, we price our used bikes, and again, you really can't compare one used bike to another because they're all going to be different. But we priced our bike at $12,999, and we priced it to sell. Now, if you're wondering about the discount, we went ahead and pre-discounted it before you got here. We priced it at or below market. So that's why at Earl's or Frazier's, you may have gotten a discount right off the bat. But does it make sense that if the bike was worth $1,000 more than what you paid for it, they really wouldn't have discounted it that quickly? No. So that's our pricing story. Now, as it pertains to your trade, the fact that you want more than $8,000 is not news to us. As a matter of fact, everybody that buys a bike from us wants more than wants more than we're going to offer. I've never traded a bike into a motorcycle store and felt like they paid me too much. So it's perfectly natural. We understand it's not a problem. Other than this, though, everything else is fine, and nothing else would stop you from taking this bike home today, correct?
Not quite. I'm still, even if that jives and gels well, I still need to be within my budget, monthly budget.
Okay, so if we can fix the trade and we can fix the payment, then you'll drive the bike home or ride the bike home, correct?
Right.
Okay, not a problem. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm going to tell you what we're thinking. We're thinking that your bike can be worth about $10,000. Okay, was that the number you had in mind?
Close, yeah.
Okay, and the key here is who is going to make it worth $10,000. Okay, this is our business, but you know what? Some of our customers have chosen to take a path, which I'm going to show you, and you are welcome to take that path, and we will help you. The path that some of our customers choose to take is they choose to make it worth $10,000. Now, how do you make it worth $10,000? Well, first of all, when we walked around your bike out there, you pointed out, as you didn't need to because I could see it, it needs 2 tires, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and those tires are about $200 a piece plus installation. I'm going to guess maybe $450, $475.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one of us is going to have to put tires on it if we're going to make it worth $10,000. You, wisely so I might add, didn't do your last major service because you knew you were going to trade the bike. However, if someone's going to pay top dollar for a used bike, they're going to want to make sure that the service was done. I'm going to guess that service was somewhere between $300 to $400 bucks.
About 400, yeah.
Okay. Your fender, your front fender, it's got damage. It's either going to have to be the dents taken out and repainted or replaced. Have you happened to have looked into what that's going to cost?
No.
Okay. Can we say that at a minimum, if we just repair it, we might spend $200 on it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Now, if you take $475 and $400 and $200, that is $1,075.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, you can pay that or we can pay that. If we pay it, that means we'll have a total of $9,075 in that bike when we go to market.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to do it, it means you pull an additional $1,075 out of your pocket. Let's say you do that. Okay, you've got the bike completely fixed up. You got 2 new tires. You've had it serviced. You got the front fender fixed, and now you've got it listed on Craigslist. Number one, selling a bike is not the same as selling a car. If someone sells a car, well, a prospect comes over and they jump in the car and you jump in the back seat or the front seat and you ride around with them. You can't do that on a motorcycle, can you?
Not really.
No, you would have to follow them in a car or another motorcycle in order to make sure they didn't run off with it. And by the way, the easiest way to steal a motorcycle these days is not to go out after midnight with a ski mask on looking for a bike to hotwire and take. the easiest way to do it is look in the newspaper or look online, pick out the bike you want to steal, make a phone call, and someone invites you to their home. Okay, so if you decide to go that way, be very, very careful. Let's say you've invested $1,075 and you've got it listed online for $10,000, and you're driving down Alpharetta Highway and you stop at a stoplight and someone stops right next to you and they roll down the window and go, "Hey, that's a beautiful bike," because it is. And you go, "Thank you." And they say, "It wouldn't happen to be for sale, would it?" And you go, "Thank you, Lord, because a miracle is about to occur." And you go, "As a matter of fact, it is for sale." They say, "How much?" And you say, $10,000. And they go, "We'll do that." Now, that's the good news. However, these days, since March 1st, the news gets a little worse right afterwards because you have to collect $10,650 because now on a private sale, you have to collect the sales tax and then you have to give the sales tax to the state. Now, most people don't know about that, so the person who's going to give you 10 grand, when he finds out it's going to be 10,650, what happens most of the time is you end up discounting it by the amount of the tax. But let's say that's not the case. Let's say this customer willingly and gladly pays you $10,650. So now you are $925 to the good, right?
All right.
Wrong. Okay? Because here's what happens. When you come back here to buy the bike with the $925 in cash in your pocket from the sale of your bike, you're in for an unpleasant surprise. And it's nothing that we would do, because we wouldn't raise the price of the bike. However, because you've lost the tax credit, take $8,000 and multiply it by 6.5%.
$520.
The price goes up by $520.
Mm-hmm.
Purely because you miss out on the tax credit. So that means now you have netted $405. But in order for you to net $405, you have to spend $1,075.
Mm-hmm.
You have to spend the time to have the tires put on. And I didn't even think about detailing it. You probably have to detail it too, but we'll forget that for a second. Have to spend the time to get it serviced. Have to spend the time to get the fender fixed. And then you have to hope for a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And that miracle is someone pays you exactly what you want for it. I'm not counting any advertising expense. Ed, let me ask you a question. Would you want to invest $1,075 and hope for a miracle, or would it be easier just to accept our $8,000?
Okay, yeah, I get that. I could probably live with the 8, but it still has to work for my budget.
Okay. I'm going to assume we're looking at a payment of $212 down here.
Mm-hmm.
You've been paying $140 for the bike you're driving right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And if you're like every other normal person I know, you would like to keep your payment at $140.
Mm-hmm.
However, you know that you bought a lot more bike, but we're going to discount that for just a second. We're at $212, and the difference is $72. Ed, let's do this. Let's look at the $212 payment and the $140 payment, because you could still have this payment if you leave here and jump back on your Yamaha and keep driving it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or your Kawasaki, whatever it was, all right?
Harley.
Yeah, or your Harley, okay? If that's your choice, shame on us.
Mm-hmm.
But check out the value equation here. At $140 right now, you're paying for a bike that's worth $8,000. At $212, you're paying for a bike that's worth $13,000. That is a $5,000 increase for only $72. And if we advertised a bike for $5 grand or $72 a month, how many people do you think we would have racing to this place to buy that bike?
Mm-hmm.
We'd be overrun with people. Your bike's got 64,000 miles on it, okay? The new bike has got 6,000 miles on it. Now, at $140 a month, do you think the likelihood of a mechanical failure is way more so than it would be at $212 a month driving a bike with 6,000 miles?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, okay? So this represents a savings okay, from mechanical failure. You've got 64,000 miles, your bike's 5 years old. You're going to have significantly more maintenance expense, okay? We just talked about the 2 tires it needs right now. We talked about the service that it needs right now. We talked about almost $1,000 worth of service it needs right now, which over the course of a year is about 80 or 90 bucks a month. This bike doesn't need any of that, does it?
No.
So that's another savings. And most importantly, which bike gives you more of what you want and need right now? The new bike or the old bike?
Yeah, the new bike.
Okay, but we still have this $72. But there's a way to justify this in your own mind because that's what's important. Do me a favor. Multiply or divide 140 by 30.
It's 466.
Most people don't think about it this way, but it is what it is. You pay $4.66 for your bike you're driving right now, every single day. You don't write a check once a day. You write a check once a month. Then it writes down to $4.66. Now take 212 and divide it by 30.
706.
That is a difference of $3.40. What do you get for $3.40 a day? You get a bike that is going to cost you less in maintenance. You get a bike that is going to cost you less in repairs. You get a bike that is worth $5,000 more than the bike you're driving right now. Ed, tell me, all this is worth $3.40 a day. And then, okay, the 72-month payment plan right there, please. Say no, say no. Objecting.
I think I'm gonna have to call my wife. She's
Okay.
the one that's caught up on the budget.
Okay. You know what? I think it's important that your wife be completely happy with this payment, okay? And there's ways to fix this. Would a payment of $20 a month less, $30 a month less sound better to you?
Certainly.
Okay. If we cut the payment by $30, that would take us down to $182. Okay? It is very easy for me to find a bike on our lot that you can drive home today for $182. All right? It just wouldn't be the bike that you picked out. So, option number 1, and I want you to consider how your wife would think about this, okay? Option number 1 would be to find an alternative bike. All right? I don't happen to like that idea because you picked out the bike that you deserve, that you want, and quite frankly, you can afford. Option number 2, if you wanted to cut your payment by $30, would be to put down an additional $1,500. But you know what? And I bet your wife would agree with me here. Keep that money in the bank. Keep the money in the stock market. Keep the money under your mattress. Wherever it is right now, keep that money. Okay? Option 3 would be to live with the $3.40 a day. By the way, I did that wrong too. It's $2.40 a day. My bad. See, I gave you the calculator and I came completely apart here. Because that's $2.40 a day. Look, you're making out